We will Amir Tashem continue with the tefillos of the Siddur Amir Tashem tomorrow, but I just wanted to share with you something really remarkable that I saw over Shabbos when doing the Parashas Bahar. So the Torah says, this is in Perek Chav Hey Pasuk Lamed Hey, chapter 25, verse 35. The Pasuk says, simple Pasuk, V'chi yamuch achicha, if your brother becomes downtrodden, he becomes low, suffering from difficult times, Umata yado imach, he reaches out his hands to you, V'chazakta bo, hold on to him. Hold on to him. Very simple pasuk. Kadosh Baruch Hu tells us, you see a Jew in need, the Jew reaches out to you, help out. But Rashi HaKadosh says something amazing. Rashi says, what does it mean? V'hachazakta, hold on to him. Al tanicheyu sheyered v'yipol. Don't let him fall down. V'yekashal kimo, because if he falls down, it's much more difficult to lift him back up. Rather, elachaskeyu mishas mutas hayad. As soon as you see him reach out his hand, grab onto him. So he goes on, he says, Lemazedome, what this could be compared to? Lemase shalachamar, like a donkey that's carrying a burden. While the donkey is on the burden, while the burden is on the donkey, if you see that the burden is beginning to slip off, so one person could come along and push the burden back on. But says Rashi, if the burden falls off the donkey, you need 2, 3, 4, 5 people to lift it back on. So a very beautiful yet profound lesson. When your brother reaches out to you for help and he's teetering and is about to fall, don't wait till he falls to pick him up, but rather again, as soon as he reaches out his hand, hold on to him and prevent him from falling. Why? Because once he falls, it's so much more difficult to pick him up. If you prevent him from falling in the first place, it takes so much less effort to prevent someone from falling than to pick them up after they have fallen. An incredible insight into chesed, to try to be intuitive to the needs of the other. When you see someone struggling, don't wait until the struggle is acute to step in and help, because once the struggle is acute and the person has fallen down, it takes so much more effort to pick them back up. But rather, when you see the struggle happening, when you see that the load is slipping off, jump in, secure it, push it back on. This is true with our children. We see our children struggling sometimes, and sometimes parents don't want to acknowledge that a child is struggling. So they wait until the struggle becomes acute. But had you intervened a little bit earlier, when you saw the load slipping off the back of your child, you, one parent, two parents, could have come along and pushed it back on. But now that the load fell off, now that the child fell down, it takes so much more time, energy, and resources to lift my child back up. It's true with children, it's true with our friends, but it's also true with ourselves. A lot of times in life, we go through life, and I feel that the load is slipping off my shoulders. I know that I'm making bad decisions, and I know that I'm doing things that I should not be doing. And I know that there are aspects of my life that are simply not good, and I've known they're not good for a long time, and I know that I have to change them. I even know how I have to change them. I know what steps I have to take, but it's not crisis yet. The load's slipping, but it's still on. I could move, I could jostle it, I could this. It's still on. So if I just move around a little bit, I could readjust the load. Until one day, the load falls off, comes crashing to the ground, and now there's crisis. And when the load falls off, crashes to the ground, suddenly, I can't even lift it up myself anymore. I have to get other people involved. I need additional resources, additional help in order to get the load back on and continue the journey. My dear friends, imagine if we found the courage that when we begin to see things going wrong in life, don't wait until crisis to fix it. As soon as you begin to feel things slipping, that's the time to take dynamic action. When I see my friend slipping, step in to help. Don't wait for crisis. I see my child slipping, step in, help out. Don't wait for crisis. And when I feel myself slipping, don't wait for the load to fall off to take dynamic life activity, but rather do what you need to do to take the right course correcting activities, readjust the load, get yourself straight, and continue in the journey of life. Wishing everyone a wonderful day.